I've been walking these roads under stars and the rain, asking questions that
Welcome back to
circle,
Vibe
yet
Podcast's
come
Conspiracy
back
Club.
the same.
Today we're discussing Gait,
Every
analysis of the
story
Charlie Kirk
I
shooter,
hear holds
a
flicker
topic
of
researched
you,
for us by
but
David
it
Morgan.
falters.
I'm joined by Charles and Angela.
Good to be here. Charles here, former police officer, now digging into the nuts and bolts of how these new techniques actually stand up in court. Always a bit wary of anything that sounds too good to be true, especially when it comes to identifying suspects.
And I'm Angela, a gait analysis software expert. I'm really excited to talk about the capabilities of this technology and how it provides incredibly precise biomechanical insights into human movement. It's truly revolutionary.
Excellent. Angela, let's start with you. Can you give us an overview of what this Gait analysis software actually does?
Absolutely, Alice. At its core, this software provides a comprehensive biomechanical breakdown of walking patterns. It's designed to compare the gaits of two individuals, meticulously analyze joint angles, and evaluate limb symmetry. The real power comes from its use of AI and machine learning to process standard video inputs and then generate highly detailed, actionable reports. Imagine taking a regular video of someone walking and getting a scientific breakdown of their movement.
AI and machine learning, you say? Sounds clever on paper, Angela, but in a real-world scenario, like trying to identify shooter from a grainy surveillance video, how reliable is this comprehensive breakdown? We've seen AI make some pretty basic mistakes. What if the video quality is poor, or the person is trying to disguise their walk?
Those are valid concerns, Charles. The software is designed to handle various inputs. It works by first having the user upload a video. Then, it extracts individual frames, converts them into a base 64 encoded string, and sends them for AI analysis. The AI model is given a very specific system instruction to act as a biomechanics analyst, focusing on joint angles, gait patterns, and symmetry. The user then provides a prompt, like, compare the gait of the two men in the video. The AI processes those frames and generates a structured JSON response with all the data.
So it's not just a general AI, but one specifically trained for biomechanics. And what kind of data does it produce for us to interpret?
Precisely, Alice. It's highly specialized. The AI provides a concise summary, identifies and calculates peak flexion, extension angles for major joints like knees and hips, and performs a full gait cycle analysis, identifying key events such as heel strike and toe off. Crucially, it provides a symmetry comparison, calculating scores in percent. For visualization, it generates a radar chart of peak joint angles, a comparison table of symmetry metrics, and a gait analysis chart visualizing the gait cycle for each leg. It's incredibly detailed.
Percentages, charts. That's all well and good for a physiotherapist, perhaps. But let's talk about the specific example in the research. In the Charlie Kirk shooter case, it mentions man 1 and man 2, both with generally symmetrical and stable walking patterns. Yet, man 1 has a left knee flexion of 62 degrees and right knee flexion of 58 degrees, while man 2 has the inverse. It calls these slight differences within a normal range. How can such nuanced differences be used to definitively identify someone, or even rule him out, in a criminal investigation? A normal range isn't unique. It could be the so-called TMZ video that was mirrored.
You raise an excellent point about uniqueness versus normal range and evidence validity, Charles. While individual variations can fall within a normal range, the combination of all these metrics, joint angles, hip flexion, knee flexion, stance times, and their specific symmetry scores, creates a unique biomechanical signature for each individual. For instance, man 1 had 94% symmetry in knee flexion, while man 2 also had 94%, but the distribution of the flexion angles between left and right was inverted. The software doesn't just look for an exact match, it looks for patterns and consistent deviations or characteristics across numerous data points. It analyzes heel strike, toe-off events, and the vertical distance between ankle and hip for each frame. This level of detail, visualized through the charts, can highlight subtle but consistent patterns.
So, it's about the entire profile, not just one number. But Charles's point about whether it's enough to identify someone for a serious crime. Angela, what are the suggestions for improvement it gives, and how does that tie into its reliability as an identification tool in the Charlie Kirk case?
The software's primary use is in a health context. But in a forensic context, this consistency is key to reliability. A person's gait is remarkably stable over time, barring injury or conscious alteration. While the software itself won't say, "This is person A," it objectively quantifies the biomechanical similarities and differences between two gaits with a level of precision impossible through human observation alone. It becomes a powerful piece of corroborating evidence, providing scientific data to support or refute visual identification, or to compare an unknown individual's gait to a database or a known suspect's. It's about providing robust, quantifiable data, not a single magic bullet.
I appreciate the nuance, Angela, but my experience tells me juries want definitive answers. If the software says man 1 and man 2 both have 98% stance time symmetry and 94% knee flexion symmetry, despite inverse knee flexion patterns, how does that convince a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that the man in the video is our suspect and not someone else? And what if the Charlie Kirk shooter was injured, or running, or carrying something heavy, like a heavy gun in his bag? Does the AI account for all those variables, or is it just comparing idealized walking patterns?
You're right that real-world scenarios are complex. For forensic application, experts would input videos of the suspect walking under similar conditions if possible, or account for known variables in their interpretation. No, it's not a definitive, "This is the person," answer on its own, but it provides incredibly powerful objective data on things like stride length, joint angles, and symmetry that are incredibly difficult to fake consistently. It's a tool that provides quantifiable evidence, allowing for highly informed comparison and analysis that contributes to the larger picture of an investigation.
It sounds like a sophisticated tool that adds a scientific layer to identifying individuals, especially when visual evidence might be scarce or ambiguous. Thank you both for shedding light on this fascinating technology. That's all for today. A big thank you to our guest researcher, David Morgan, for providing our topic. I'm Alice, your host.
Asking questions that circle, yet come back the same. Every story I hear holds a flicker of youth, but it falters and fades when it's missing the truth. For the truth you need proof, for the proof you need truth. Like the river needs stone, like the sky needs the moon. For the truth you need proof, for the proof you need truth.